This is Sandra from speech class, and I'm about to start my speech video on influences of television on the society. This is the first person of the audience. That's my camera person. This is the second person, the third, the fourth person, the fifth, and the sixth person. Okay. Be serious. Good evening to you guys, and thank you for being here to listen to my speech about the influence of television on the society. As you all know, education is very important to our children and to the society as well. Television as well helps us to get information from the society and things that are happening around us, like the news and other shows, educative shows that help our children to learn things in school and stuff. Recently, in the past years, it's been proven in articles online on Google that at least a majority of Americans own a television at home, and about 2/3 of the teen population spend 6 hours watching television, which is not a good thing because there is low levels of socialization. They sit down and it makes them obese, sitting down long hours without having to do activities is really a negative influence on the teenagers. Aside from the fact that they are getting obese and spending long hours without doing anything on television, television also has some really explicit material that is not good for teenagers and for the society as well. There's violent materials and it really influences our teenagers negatively. Most teenagers want to always be like pop stars. They choose pop stars as their role models. They copy bad attitudes as drug abuse, drinking, smoking, prostitution, and so on. The list is really long. These teenagers are ranging from the age of 14 to maybe adolescence, we never know. At that age is a critical age for our teenagers that they're trying to understand what life is. They're trying to relate their environment to what is going on TV. So most of the time, whenever we're not there to advise our teenagers as well as the young people, they mostly copy things that they see on television and think it's cool. Like most people smoke or use drugs or abuse other people that molesters that teenagers. Can you believe that? It's really, really, really wrong. Anyway, most of our teenagers use vulgar language as well, which is not a good thing for society, and it's really, really causing a negative thing. If we could help our teenagers try to regulate, the long amount of time they spend on television, trying to talk to them, educate them on things of life, trying to tell them what you see on TV is not real. Like, that's just something that people make up for entertainment. It's not really a way of living. It's not advisable to be that kind of person, It's really helpful that we set rules and standards to lower the long hours of television of our teenagers. Also, we don't want them to have to not do schoolwork because it affects their schoolwork also. If we try to implement these rules, most of the children passing rates in school will be high because the low hours that they spend on TV, they could use that time to study, do something useful in their lives, not just study, do activities, not sitting around or just eating popcorn, watching TV and stuff. Secondly, we should try to maybe, implement rules that try to, like, how can I say, like technology that kind of limits the number of hours. About 2 hours a day is enough for someone to watch TV. Well, that said, most of the negative facts are stated are really something that we have to put into regards and we have to really look into. Thank you guys again for being here and for listening to my speech about the negative influence of television on the society. Are there any questions? Thank you. Gentlemen, what is your question, sir?
So how does it affect from back then to now?
Well, back then, television was introduced in America in the 50s. And back then, the obesity rate was really low. It wasn't really that high. But right now, it's like 2/3 of the teen population is obese, which is not a good thing because we have like all kinds of mass media technologies that we don't want to stress out. You just want to sit down and watch TV. You don't want to walk and stuff. It's really like increasingly negative, and the contents are explicit. There are more exposures and stuff. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have another question?
No, you have to do it.